From KMUW Wichita,
From Toronto, Ontario,
and from Armilla, Spain.
This is You're Saying It Wrong. Let's talk words. Well, hello, you two. Today, the day this episode is being released, is the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. I also hear it as Dia de Muertos.
Sí.
I don't know
I think here it's Los Muertos.
Yeah. I've
It's
seen it
huge
both ways.
in Spain.
Is it?
Yeah, big. But I mean, here it's not like a dressing up like it is in Mexico. It's you go to the cemetery and decorate graves and talk about your dead relatives.
Oh,
It's very serious here.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
So
no, it's not like
not so much a celebration, not like
Yeah.
what's the Disney movie Coco?
Oh, yeah.
As a kid
I don't know
movie.
this Disney movie Coco.
Oh, okay. Pixar.
No, I don't
Pixar.
know it, but it sounds
Pixar,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah, no, here it's more like you go to the go to the graveyard and you put flowers on graves and you remember those who have gone before you. It's actually it's a very well Spanish there's so much family oriented.
Right.
So.
Well, with that in mind, we are, I guess, going to look at some related words. We did some Halloween words last week, some Day of the Dead words. How do you say words in Spanish?
Palabras.
Palabras, yes.
Palabras de
Sí.
Dia de los Muertos.
Muy bien, muy bien, Fletcher.
Actually, we're starting with a word for dead humans, mummy,
Oh,
which is interesting because
Also a word for mother. Sorry.
in England, yeah, I never thought. But it's interesting because around this time, around Halloween time, I always watch the various mummy movies and of course the first classic, which is just wonderful. But anyway, the word from mummy is derived from which. We're going to give you a little quick test, Fletcher. We'll see if you're dead to lexicography. The mummy is derived from 1, asphalt, 2, the word for embalming, 3, the word for dead flesh.
Ooh, the word in what? In what language? Just a word somewhere in some language?
Well, where are mummies from? Usually, what was the first basic? They're from all over the world, but
yeah,
in the
we
West,
associate
we
them
think
with
of it.
Egypt. Yeah,
Right. So we could probably guess that it might come from an Arabic word.
All
but
right.
the origin, but we're going to go backwards a little bit because the Arabic word, we're going to go backwards because the Arabic word may have derived probably from the Persian word. And then we're going to look now at the actual Persian original word. Now, this is very technical, but of course, Fletcher, you're right on top of these things.
Yeah, that helps me quite a lot, but you're going to have to remind me of all of my options. I remember the embalming one because that's the obvious one.
Okay.
What are the other two?
Asphalt, embalming, dead flesh.
Then the answer is either embalming or asphalt. Why would you give me asphalt? You guys are clever by now. Well, I mean, you've always been clever, but you know how I work. So you could have thrown that one in to trick me because I might choose it because it makes no sense whatsoever.
Ross, we should have thrown in barley too.
Let's go with that, though. Let's go with asphalt. Why? I have no idea. It's probably because it's made up. Tell me.
Okay, actually, you're right. It does come from asphalt. Now, Kath, you want to tell Fletcher why?
It came from the medieval Latin mumia, which is perhaps from the Greek mumia, or directly from the Arabic mumia. There's a theme
actually,
here.
not to be technical here, the Arabic is
from
mumia.
the Persian mumia. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry. From the Persian mumia, asphalt, which came from mum, wax, and
yes.
What?
Kathy's-
Which came from mum wax, period.
Yes. No,
I'm
you're
sorry,
right.
I have a fly suddenly around my face.
Actually, what the Egyptians did, I'm not sure, Kathy, you remember, we lived in Egypt for a while when my dad was with the embassy. And the Egyptian would cover mummies with wax. And particularly in the late period of Egyptian history, they used a bit of asphalt with it, and the bodies would get like black, dark black. Do you remember seeing Ramses in the museum, Kathy, or not?
I do very clearly, Ross.
It looked like
very
our
much so. I do
grandfather
remember
lying.
that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
It looked
he
like
did because he
didn't
had the high
Yeah.
cheekbones and the thin cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Oh, I've
hooked
seen
But he
nose.
wasn't very
pictures.
chunky.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of maybe exactly that. And
Mhm.
you know, we always think
Yeah.
of mummies, of course, all wrapped up and everything. And I remember thinking, why do they look like that? That's bizarre. And now I know, I guess.
Hmm.
Well, partly. The other thing, though, is also in the desert itself. The desert really is, you didn't really need the wax, it turns out, after all, to preserve bodies in most cases. The desert is so dry in Egypt that the body literally mummifies on its own.
Oh,
But
wow.
Yeah, 'cause
the
I remember all
stuff,
the wood and stuff.
the wooden.
The petrified wood. I just remember
Oh,
all the
yeah,
stuff that
that's
got
right.
petrified on its own.
I
Yeah.
forgot that. Yeah, the petrified wood. I forgot that. We still have some outside. I
Yeah.
brought some
Yeah.
back from Egypt, actually. We
Mhm.
were little
Ah.
kids. But anyway,
But
that's the origin of mummy.
but the key is though, Ross, you didn't ask about asphalt versus bitumen.
That is a
It's-
really. I had no idea of this one. Okay, they mentioned.
But I'm sure Fletcher does.
I know.
We discussed cement a while back.
Well, they mentioned mumia was given to hydrocarbons, including the bitumen was given to by Roman writers by hydrocarbons like asphalt and petroleum. And bitumen in Latin means asphalt or mineral pitch. Now, then Kathy brought up, what's the difference between bitumen and asphalt? That's something I've
It's
often
like a
pondered.
scientific turn of
I
mind.
know. And
So
the
Fletcher,
question,
do you know the difference?
No,
and I think,
Do you?
no.
no, this gets it because we had that. Remember that one of our listeners wrote in and told us
Oh, yeah.
about cement versus and
They were
he
talking
also
versus tarmac.
tarmac. Yeah,
tarmac. Yeah, so we thought of
Tarmac.
tarmac and then bitumen and asphalt. So therefore,
Mm.
what's the difference between bitumen and asphalt? We're going to go into think back on our discussion of cement and concrete. This is really interesting for some bizarre reason.
Okay. It must be mixed with something else, something that's not like tar or whatever. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe whatever gets mixed with the tar is different.
You got it. You got the idea.
Yeah.
Bitumen
A
is the
different
liquid
mixture?
binder. Yeah, bitumen is the liquid binder.
Oh.
Asphalt basically is what would be concrete. or
Asphalt
cement.
is this concrete, right? Yeah. No,
A
wait
mixture.
a second. Which
Is
was
it backwards? Oh, no, we haven't learned it yet.
wait? Concrete is the one that's got cement in it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, asphalt is concrete in effect. It's
Cement is the
aggregates
powder,
mixed in.
concrete is the composite.
Right.
Right. So bitumen, asphalt's is the composite that has bitumen in it. And then
good.
mummies also had bitumen or asphalt on them. That's it.
Yeah.
End of story, okay?
The one final little thing. The weirdest thing was mummies. I think we mostly know it. Used to be actually sold medicinally. They used to powder them, and you could use them for medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really bizarre. They were like they would get executed
bizarre.
criminals, mummify them, and then sell the powder, the mummy powder.
Didn't they also use it in paint? Mummy? Didn't
they
use
did.
powdered mummy in paint?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, let's move along from that.
So the mummy issue is dead now.
Or can we revive it, a la
No,
reviving
wait
dead
a second. I think we
flesh?
should. I should have said it's wrapped up. Excuse me.
That's good. Yeah.
Go on now, Ross. Let's revive it.
But let's unwrap it and let's talk about the living dead in terms of words, which is getting really a really bad segue. Anyway, last time we talked about Frankenwords,
Yeah.
which remember?
Really
And-
horrible portmanteaus, right?
Well, the technical definition of Frankenword really is just portmanteau. And I think we decided basically that Frankenword should be probably exclusively used for bad, evil portmanteaus,
Right.
monstrous portmanteaus. So what we did
As
is
opposed to brunch or motel.
right, which are good portmanteaus. They're not monstrous.
Correct.
So what we did is we got a list of portmanteaus that are either appearing in the news or capriciously that just came up, and we thought we would discuss them in a quick way. What do they mean? To see if you know. What's the combination of the word? And what's your opinion? And for that matter, our opinion. Is it a Frankenword or not?
And last week we mentioned bleisure and bizcation, right? Which
which are definitely Frankenwords. Yeah.
Appalling words.
I don't know. I love them.
Bleisure is fabulous. I know.
Business and leader, just for people who didn't hear.
So shall we? Are we ready to weigh in? Frankenword or not? The first word is flexitarian.
Flexitarian. So I've never heard this. I'm gonna guess this is somebody who can adjust the food that they're willing to eat at different times. They're flexible about what they're willing to eat.
Wow.
Interesting.
This
Very
is a
close.
This is a really interesting word for both of Kathy and me.
Okay.
I put it up. Kath had no idea. I thought everyone knew it. And my wife, Sylvia's like a culinary historian, so there are all these food people around all the time. And I thought it was a really common word. And it was interesting that neither you nor Kathy knew the word instantly.
Never heard it in my life.
I mean, that was so weird to me. Yeah, but Fletcher, you basically got it. It's a flexible, in this case, really, it's a vegetarian, a flexible vegetarian.
Okay.
It's a vegetarian who sometimes eats meat. And oddly enough, the other week I was looking at a article on, we have a lot of Dutch people in the family, and apparently like 40% of Dutch people in the Netherlands consider themselves flexitarians. So if we don't know it here, it's certainly common in the Netherlands.
It's like, go to the Netherlands and you're in.
I know.
I'd never heard it. It's been around for a long time too.
Yeah.
It started. It's a little vague as to when it started, but it basically started in the 90s.
Okay.
Some say it was in 1998. Some say it was in 1992. But the U.S. News said it was 2009 because it was a book called The Flexitarian Diet. But the bottom line is apparently it's out there. I have never run across it in my life.
Yeah.
And I still haven't. Now that we have it in here, I still haven't seen it.
Before we go on, I have a question for both of you. Do you guys know, have you ever heard pescatarian?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then what about a fruitarian?
Except wait, what is
Yes.
is a pescatarian a vegetarian who will also eat fish?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then what's a fruitarian? Have you heard that?
Yeah, it's those people who only eat fruit.
Yeah. Have you heard it though? I mean,
there's people who only eat fruit. I mean, I don't mean to.
It's a big thing on TikTok. It's a huge thing on TikTok.
Actually, Fletcher, you're a big movie guy. Have you seen Notting Hill with Hugh Grant?
Sure, yeah. It's been a
Okay,
while.
do you remember he has a bad date and she's a fruitarian?
Oh, really? No, I don't remember that at all.
And she only eats things that fall, she says, that naturally fall. It talks about murdering lettuce leaves or something like that. So
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting though. It's really interesting that with you all with flexitarian and me not with flexitarian. But we're going to move on to another word that Kathy instantly knew that I had never heard of in my life. So we're going back the other way, which shows this. What we have to weigh in, is flexitarian good or bad as a Franken? Is it a Frankenword or not? I think it's fine.
I mean, if we're going to allow all of the other Itarian words, then yeah, sure, it's fine. It's no worse than most of any of the other ones. And I'm not definitely not making a judgment about anybody's eating habits. I'm just talking about the words that get very specific.
Quick. No, it's fine.
it is, of course. Yes, absolutely. It seems fine. I mean, somebody's a flexitarian, they're primarily vegetarian, and occasionally they'll eat meat, maybe if that's the only option. They can be a little flexible.
I don't love it, to be honest with you. I would prefer it not be around, but it's okay.
I like it.
I don't know why I don't like. I don't care for it particularly, but I'll allow it.
The next word, I didn't know what it meant, and when I found out what it meant, I decided I'm not going to allow this. But I'm sure. Okay, I'm gonna say the word. Ask Fletcher and then let Kathy expound on this because she has a lot of expounding to do. Okay, the word is jorts.
Jorts. Oh yeah, sure. Jean shorts.
Oh gosh, you can do it.
But have you heard of jegging?
We obviously
do you know jegging?
Yes,
I know you.
Yes, the two of you know it. Yes.
I hate the word jorts. I absolutely,
Yeah,
the
I
first
mean,
time I heard it, I just detest it. It's like they're shorts, okay?
yeah,
I wear cutoffs almost all year here, and I call them cutoffs or shorts. I never say, oh, I better wash
jorts.
my jorts.
Ugh.
I hate it. I just
Do
hate it.
people? I mean, it's a horrible word. Jean shorts are fine, whatever. But do people use the word jorts seriously though? It
That's a,
In
seems like
conversation,
yeah, it seems like the kind of word that everybody knows is a terrible word.
I think
I
that's
mean,
an interesting.
really?
I I usually see it written in a
Yeah.
fashion piece, like saying
Okay.
like, here's like, wear your jorts longer this year or something. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it. I think you're right. Have you?
actually, I'm just reading it right here. The word jorts is often used to humorously or derisively refer to unfashionable denim shorts worn by men, while the words cutoffs and Daisy Dukes, have you heard Daisy Dukes, Kath? Refer to
Oh, of
more
Uh-uh.
popular.
course.
I haven't heard that either.
I disagree
I'm
though.
really
I
out of
see because
this.
I see jorts all the time referring to women's stuff and
You
jeggings
do.
certainly. I mean,
Jeggings,
the
yeah.
Gap has like their jegging is one of their and I belong I shop on this thing called Vinted. It's like an online thrift store, and one of the categories is jeggings.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna weigh in on this before you guys go on if you like it or not. I don't like either word. Jorts and jegging, I do not
Uh,
like.
it's funny. I think just because of the way they sound, jorts seems way worse to me than jeggings. I mean,
Yes,
jeggings
I
doesn't
agree with
sound
you.
great. Jean leggings basically are what jeggings are,
Yeah,
just so that
yeah.
people know. Jeggings bothers me less than jorts, which just sounds like it does sound like a joke word, honestly. Jorts.
I hate them both.
I do
I
too.
really do. And jorts was the first. I would have thought
Yeah.
jegging was the first
Oh yeah, no
because
jeggings.
jegging sounds a little more legitimate.
I don't know. The only thing I don't.
Like
The only thing is
using
that
that
sort
term
of,
loosely.
but that
Yeah,
stretchy jegging thing came later,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And I sort of like jegging. I mean, I
Yeah.
have them. I wear the jegging jeans a lot of the times now
No,
because they're
no, no, Ross, you
comfortable.
do not. Trust me, you do not wear jeggings. You
Okay,
don't.
I wear these stretchable Gap jeans a
You wear
lot.
Yeah.
stretchy jeans. That's
Yeah,
They're
they
not
have
different.
jegging?
That's not
Okay.
a
they have
jegging.
that they have
Oh
Okay.
that like
no. If you wore jeggings, I would not speak to you
Okay, we're
anymore.
gonna get. I think I don't like the word. I didn't know the word until a couple days ago, so I'm gonna leave it. I think we speak. So I think we all can agree both are. We're gonna call them Frankenwords.
Frankenwords.
Monstrous.
yeah. One slightly less monstrous in my eyes, but
Okay, that's fair. Not
That's
to be
fair.
snarky. The word snark. What does it come
snark.
from?
Yeah, where does it come from? Snark comes from a long time ago. I don't mean like many centuries, but snark is like from um who's the poet Nash or
Ogden
Lewis
Nash.
Carroll. Yeah, or Lewis Carroll, something like that.
Lewis, yeah.
It's from Lewis Carroll.
But that's not the there is a modern snark.
Hmm.
Because Lewis Clark, it was a nonsense word, and he wrote a poem called The Hunting of the Snark.
Right. Lewis
And it was
Carroll.
supposed
Yeah.
to be
Carroll.
something
Yeah.
that's elusive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I do remember that. Snark now, it's a portmanteau though.
Well, it
Yeah.
could be considered snide and remark.
Oh, remark. Okay. I could kind of get to snide. Remark. I understand now, but I wasn't gonna figure that one out. Just to jump ahead, but I don't mind the word at all. It's very useful right
Mhm.
now.
I think so too. I
I
agree
think
with
so
it.
too.
I'm very much pro the word.
I am too. I'm also pro snark, frankly,
Yes.
when appropriate.
When appropriate. That's right. Don't overdo it, people.
It's
Oh,
apparently a back formation. It was originally the
Oh.
word was used was snarky, and then I mean, the same meaning and all that, but then it became snark in that sense. And
So
in a
why?
way, that makes me wonder about remark being a back
Right.
form thing. I don't know. That's what they're
Yeah.
saying here.
Yeah. Is
yeah,
it one of
that's
those
the
words that
problem. They're
maybe
not
just
quite sure.
No.
Is it one of those words that maybe people just started using and it didn't necessarily have a something obvious
Yeah,
that created that word? I mean, like we make up words all the time. Maybe snarky was just people being that way, and we tried to figure out an etymology for it.
I think that's a really good point, Fletcher. That's sort of what I would think too, because that does get me when they confidently say it's a back formation. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But now, okay, the OED does not say it's a back formation, but they don't say anything,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
They say that it was probably formed by conversion or by clipping snarky. And then, but they don't, so they don't tell you. They're just
But
saying it is.
it is, but if they mention clipping snarky, that would make me. You don't
That
say
was the second one, but that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but
That's
you don't
one
say
of the
remarky.
possibilities.
It's all yeah, but it is
No.
snide and remarky. It's a combination of.
No,
you're right.
I agree. No,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Oh, I know.
Or
you do.
sarcastic, because now in British you say sarky.
Oh, do you?
Ooh,
Somebody's being
Kathy.
sarky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
somebody's
I've never heard
sarky.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that makes that says a lot, I think,
Mhm.
then.
Mm.
Definitely. Because snarky is a
So-
easy jump from sarky.
It is completely. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so we're saying we don't know if it's a Frankenword to begin with, and B, we don't think it is a Frankenword in
Right.
terms of monstrous.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not at all.
Perfect.
The next word is another one that I wasn't really aware of, is slacktivism or slacktivist.
Oh, okay. This is not the first time I've heard this, but I
Mhm.
haven't heard it a lot. Is a slacktivist somebody who, I guess, maybe fancies themselves an activist, but doesn't really do much of anything besides post online?
You got it. That's exactly it.
Exactly.
Yeah, a slacker
First used in
activist.
1995. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to weigh in on this one before we jump into it. I think this is a really useful word, actually, because it does fit a lot of people who do stuff like that. I think it actually, I mean, you could say uncommitted activism, or I don't know, but I think it really gives me a feel.
Yeah, it's got a little bit negative, which is
Mhm.
different from like an uncommitted activist,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a slacktivist. It's like, really, what are you doing besides posting?
They say that you're conspicuously showing support, but you're not taking any real steps to do anything.
Yeah.
So I do think it should be negative, because it's really someone who's
is.
going, look at me, I really feel strongly
I'm
about
here.
this. You know,
Yeah.
as I sit
Yeah.
here with my glass of wine.
Yeah, I can think of several politicians who are clearly slacktivists, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
But I think also
No,
it
don't.
used to be armchair. People used to say armchair. Didn't they say armchair supporters or things like that? I.e., you're sitting
Mhm.
down supporting. I vaguely recall that being used. I don't hear it that much anymore. I think slacktivist is a good word.
Yeah, I mean, it has a use, I think. I don't think I see it that much, but the
Mhm.
way we're talking about it now, it seems like it has, you know, it's useful in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. I like it, actually.
Okay, the next
Armchair
one,
quarterback, I've heard.
armchair
Yeah.
Quarterback. That's it. I've heard that.
Yeah.
That's clearly me. I'm like definitely an armchair quarterback. Why do you do that? Yeah. I know we're watching the World Series. I'm always like, I'm an armchair pitcher too. You should have done that, or armchair batter as well. But we're going to quickly go to Kathy will read off a bunch. Dog portmanteaus. I think these are literally Frankenbreeds. I mean, they're mashed up. Some of them are useful, like, golden doodle for poodle, golden retriever.
No, Labradoodle, Labrador Retriever, and Standard Poodle, Cockapoo, Cocker Spaniel Poodle, Puggle, Pug Beagle, Jack Wawa. I love that, Jack Wawa. Jack Russell and Chihuahua.
Wow.
Pug Zoo, Pug and Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu and a Jack Russell is a Jack She, and a
That's
Schnauzer
dangerous.
Scotty is a Schnotty. Sorry. And then they have a Jaffa Norkie, which is a Jack Russell, Affenpinscher, and Norfolk and Yorkie, a Dorgie, which is a Dachshund and a Corgi, and a Schnoodle, which is a Schnauzer and a Poodle.
The key thing
I think they're all hysterical.
I have heard my son talk about like one of those, like I think a Labradoodle or something.
Uh-huh.
Or one of the, I mean, and there had a bunch of dog people. I went to the dog park, and all these people were talking about stuff. And her, I don't, we don't have a dog, but I did hear a couple of these being used actually, kind of like normal. Oh,
Yeah.
that's that's a whatever. I think it was a golden doodle or something. Someone
Yeah,
said.
the golden doodles and the labradoodles are very, very popular.
Yeah. So I
And
guess
cockapoo, I've heard, and puggle, I
I
have.
think Jack Shuh is like not a good one though.
Yeah, that
Just
one seems
doing
like
the
somebody,
Jack
that
Russell.
one seems like somebody knew what they were
So,
doing there.
Yeah, no, I kind of like Jack Wawa because it's
Oh.
sort of fun to say.
I don't think people those I don't know. I've never heard of. The next one is an interesting
We're
one.
not
Speaking of,
dog people, though.
I know that's true, but the doodle ones I did hear, and I don't think that. I mean, I guess they were
Yes, I have
normally
too.
used. The next one though is an interesting one. I didn't know this, and we've got them all over Toronto. But Kath, you didn't know it either. Sharrow. Do you know what that is?
Sharrow?
Sharrow.
Oh, is this no, I've never heard this before, but is this like the arrows with the little bicycle on it that tell you that the cars and the bicycles are sharing the road?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. I
Yep.
never heard it in my life.
I
No,
didn't
me neither.
either.
Yeah, no, I've never heard it. No, I've seen them.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah,
blend
and it's
of
not uncommon.
no, and it's a blend of the verb share plus arrow,
Mhm.
coined by Oliver Gajda of the City and County of San Francisco Bicycle Program, 2004. I've never heard it, but I mean, we drive over them, we bicycle over them all the time. It's so walk over them, whatever. It's a
Yeah,
weird one.
I guess I don't really have a problem with the word, especially considering I've never heard it. It's not like it's out
Mhm.
there bothering me all the time. The concept is great. Let's share the road.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a useful
Without
word in that
hurting one another.
sense.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
useful word, I think. Very useful.
I like it. I just never heard it. And I suspect I never will hear it again. I think I'm just going to refer to the arrow on the road with the bicycle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do we talk about that anyway? I guess maybe people who are involved in city planning might talk about them.
Oh, I don't know, because it's a big thing here because they're getting rid of some bike lanes. They're doing some shared bike lanes. People are always talking about it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and but we have never.
And they're
but
talking about Sharrows?
No, they're talking about that's what's
Oh.
interesting to me because I keep hearing it and reading it. I'm against them. I'm for them. I'm for bikes being here. I'm not. I think we should separate bikes from from the traffic, etc. But I've never heard. That's why it's really surprising because it's a huge current thing going on in Toronto about.
But you
this.
never hear the word. Yeah.
I never have heard the word. No.
Huh.
The next word is romantasy.
Romantasy. I want to say
Romantasy.
Yeah, I want to say you brought this up once before, and I think I figured it out then too. So I think this must be a book that blends romance and fantasy as genres.
Yep. It's the big thing in publishing right now. Huge.
Fascinating.
It's a huge subgenre of books right now.
I'm wondering why it's only now so huge. It seems like something that would really be very attractive to people and would have been for a long time.
It started exploding in the 2020s. I mean, it's been around for a while, and they think though it was mainly like book talk and other social media that really, because during the pandemic in particular, you had the book talkers take off, and romantasy was a really big thing for writers who were self-publishing.
Yeah,
because a lot of times they started out with fan fiction and stuff, so it just became the thing. And now it's
I was going to mention though, the one thing that really, when Fletcher asked you who thought it was going on, I don't really think there was that much of that combination as a subgenre really prior to the 2010s or something.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. It just seems,
I don't know.
It seems like something that would have been, and I'm sure there are people out there who know a lot more about, especially the fantasy genre. I don't know much about romance either, but romance has obviously been around a long time. Fantasy, maybe it often seems very male dominated, right?
Or something, yeah. Like with I would think you're like Tolkien or whatever.
I don't.
But
Yeah,
I have not
but
seen.
I remember reading a lot of fantasy that was female. I mean, all the I didn't care for them, but the Pern books, they were all dragons and stuff. That was like with female writers. Or I mean, I know it's not. She's been outed as not the most pleasant individual, to put it lightly. But I can't remember her name now. The
That's
Darkover
okay.
series. There was a lot that actually were women. What's her name?
Oh.
It's driving me crazy. But so there was a lot that was female oriented, I would argue. I think it's just
Marion Zimmer Bradley.
that everybody was. Thank you. But I
Yeah.
think it was more like people were following in the Tolkien kind of thing, where it was like romance wasn't like as essential part, and suddenly it became
it became
the key,
a thing.
you know.
But it wasn't huge. It was like it wasn't really a genre as much as just certain people were writing in effect what are now romanticities. It wasn't like, I mean, now it's just
I'm saying
enormous.
that they weren't then, Ross. I'm saying that they weren't then. I'm saying that those women writers were not writing romances.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They were writing more fantasy. Yeah.
They were writing straight fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm saying so. I'm agreeing on one level that
Oh,
they're really,
I see.
even though there were a lot of women writers writing fantasy, romance was really not a big thing in it. I mean, there was, but it wasn't. It wasn't, from what I understand, is the focal point now.
You know, the one thing is, I'm not a romance reader, but the one thing I'm also wondering about, and I don't know this, but Harlequin and Silhouette, are they still around doing? Because they used to be the standard kind of genre like romances, not like mains. They were, separate. Are they still publishing or not, Kath? Do you know?
Yes, they are. They are
are?
still, but they're not like they used to be. Yeah.
So romances,
And romances in general are still, I mean, just general, are there.
So then, in a way, romances have taken over a lot of the. Have taken over a lot. Actually, it's probably what happened. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
that's
what I
interesting.
understand.
Okay, now we're going to go to a word that I think instantly, I don't even need to ask you if this is a Frankenword. This is horrible. The word is phablet. Phablet. Phablet.
A phablet? Is this like a tablet you can make phone calls on?
You got it. It's a phone and a tablet. It came out in the early 2010s, the word.
I mean, but isn't that most phones now?
Yeah, this is a fossil Frankenword. It was a bad idea back then, but it was basically when tablets had gotten a little bit. It was like they gotten a little bit bigger, and you could start doing it. It was amazing. And the word came out in the 2010s, and it quickly fell into disuse. I think the people trotted out as I think it's like along the lines of, the bizcation. It's one of the worst portmanteaus.
There's something about Randy. My husband had a phablet when I think about it, because it was a small tablet.
I wonder who.
But we called it a tablet.
I wonder who coined that word. I mean, it's just like you can just see some, jerk at some advertising agent. Let's
some brand manager.
I know.
Right.
Speaking of
I suspect said person didn't keep his job either.
Speaking of those really bad, this one really. I just got to throw this in right now. Do you remember Burger King when they had a campaign about special fries? Do you know what they called it? It was a crinkle cut fry. They called it Satis fries.
Oh wow!
Isn't that awful?
They probably were the saddest fries, weren't they?
I think that's. I mean, if I were the copywriter, I would have come up with that. I remember it. I think that's brilliant.
At the time, looking on my phablet, I saw Satis fries.
Oh my goodness!
I like it, but I like bad puns. So there. This word is one I have strong feelings about. The word is bromance. Bromance.
Yeah. Is this word used all that much anymore? This was really big, with some and this some of these are actually pretty good, but stay with some Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, Seth Rogen comedies in the around between 2005 and 2012, right? sort of a buddy. I mean, they're basically not exactly buddy comedies, but more like two guys get to know each other as actual people type movies. Right?
Yeah, it's interesting though. It actually apparently came either from skateboard culture, or the first verified use was in Trans World Surf magazine from 1999. And then I guess it was probably picked up from either skateboarding and surfing into film, etc.
Yeah. bro romance, obviously.
Yeah.
Kathy, you have strong feelings. What are your strong feelings?
I never cared for it. I'm putting it nicely. I
Mhm.
hate it.
Mhm.
Actually, I understand what they're saying. They're saying it's a close relation, it's an affectionate relationship. It's not just like punching you in the arm. It's like you really are,
Right.
you really know one another. And I could see where that would start at surfing or skateboarding, actually, because
Hmm.
you're hanging out, you're like, good work, like you really nailed that, whatever. You really shot the curl. I don't know.
I
But
don't.
I don't like it. What,
I don't
Russ?
know though. I'm not really sure it's very useful, actually. I don't know. I mean, because
Yeah.
I have close male friends, and then I don't think I would say I'm in a bromance with them because it has like a slightly to me it has a I know it says non-sexual friendship, but I don't quite understand what the difference is between a close friend and a
A close
like an
friendship.
acquaintance.
Well,
Yeah,
it's of I think I don't like it either. I wouldn't use it either. I think it's more useful if we're going to use it at all as a genre description.
I
Even
agree
at
with
that,
you. I
I want
agree
to
with
say
you.
even at that it's pretty reductive and
yeah.
b- but but if it's going to exist, it's more useful than that way. Yeah.
Well, in a way, it's like a buddy movie, you could say. A
A
buddy
little
movie
bit,
or a
but
bromance movie.
No, I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
more emotional than a buddy movie, though.
it is. And I think it's also about maybe two men finding some sort of personal growth together,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Again, but like I said, it's really reductive, both in
yeah.
terms
I
of
agree.
just
Well,
description
remember
and
they had a big thing that you should go on bro dates. There
yeah.
was a for a
Yeah,
while they
that was
tried
just
that, and
that
I
was
thought
just
this is dumb. It's like you just want to hang out with a friend. Okay, fine. It's not
well,
like
Yeah.
it's not a freaking date
no,
for
that one
me.
got me. I
Not a
haven't,
bro
but when I went,
date.
that got me because I had a best friend in New York, and we used to go out and have a beer or have dinner or whatever. And I didn't think of it as like a bro date or any of that. It was like
Right.
my buddy, we're
Yeah.
going
But
out
Ross,
talking about
everybody
old
else
times.
did.
I
Okay,
know.
So,
No, but I just think the whole, to me, that whole concept just gets a little bit. I don't know. It just doesn't really. I don't think it's a useful term in that
Yeah.
sense. I don't think it's
no,
ugly. I'm not going to call it a frank word because it's ugly. I'm going to call it a Frankenword because I don't find it particularly useful. And the distinction we're all making these like real subtle distinctions that I don't
Yeah.
think really need to be made. That's my feeling on
no,
that.
Yeah. Just toss the
I
word.
agree. I think it smacks to me of somebody like marketing writing or something like that,
Yes.
or
Yes,
you
Yes.
know what I
it
mean?
does.
Yeah.
It doesn't satisfy my.
I love it. I just love that. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. The next word, Fletcher, is a word that I'm sure you've never heard in your life. Man spreading.
Mhm.
Oh, goodness gracious. No, thank you. Uh, I don't, I don't, I mean, is this really a portmanteau? It sounds like
It
two words jammed up together, just man and spreading.
That's a very interesting point. You just brought it up. I was looking at those words and I had that same thought.
But I guess it could be a
Yeah.
Frankenword if we don't make if we don't make a Frankenword necessarily a portmanteau. Yeah,
Yes.
okay, that's fine. We can all right. It can be a Frankenword. It is a word that has a very good use and hopefully invites shame upon whoever's doing it.
Mhm.
Manspreading, of course, is when men sit and take up way too much room in whatever chair they're sitting in, often by
Hmm.
spreading their legs way too far out.
Hmm.
Uh,
Mhm.
Sometimes,
I
well,
used to hate it on the subway.
Yep. And
yeah,
that's
well,
what,
that's what I was gonna say. The subway, which we don't have here where I live, so it's maybe doesn't come into play quite as much, although people still do it
do
like
it.
when they sit down and are just
Mhm.
obnoxious, right?
But it was a big thing. And in fact, the MTA in New York City were the big popularizers of it
Mm,
because people were man spreading on the subway. And,
hmm.
I mean, I think it's a valuable word and I think it's a bad
I love it.
practice. So I think
Yeah,
it's very good.
I
right.
agree. I used to shame. I was one of those excuse me people. Excuse me.
I know.
Uh-huh,
I
uh-huh,
know.
yeah.
Although
And
my
it
pet
worked.
peeve, I mean, my pet peeve on the subways, as I recall, were people putting their bag on the subway on the chair next to them in a crowded
Right.
subway. That used to really get me the most. But we're not going to go
Mhm.
into subway etiquette right here. But I think we both
But
agree manspreading is a good word.
apropos of that, though, what about manscaping, guys?
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Uh, I
manscaping?
do not like this word. I do not like the word.
So this is sort of like landscaping your
Yes.
hairy parts.
Yes.
Actually, your entire body at this point.
Yeah.
That's depending. Although I think that's hasn't the zeitgeist moved away from totally hairless people by now?
I don't know.
I hope so.
I'm
I
not
really
in that.
hope so.
I'm not in that area right now to even talk about it.
This is, I would guess, a way for hygiene type companies to sell you more things.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I agree.
Although,
Yeah.
oddly enough, in defense of the word, and I don't do manscaping, I'm not interested in the term, it does say what it does. And I mean, like, grooming or body hair trimming, I mean, I can't really, like, what else do you say? To some degree, I have to give this word its due in the sense that I don't like it, but it does explain. I mean, it certainly
It does say it succinctly.
It does
You're
say
right,
what
actually,
it
'cause
does. And you say
other times you have to say
yeah, grooming. I mean, you say manscaping, I instantly know what you're talking about. So I don't really want to
and
talk
I
about
picture
other.
it. Ah!
Yeah. I don't want to picture it. I don't really care what other people do, but I do think the word, to some degree, is maybe we could turn a new term, useful Frankenwords, or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I don't like it, but I
Splitting the
respect it.
manscape.
Yes, exactly.
That's it. That's perfect. I respect it as well. Manscape away.
You're Saying It Wrong is part of the NPR network and is produced in the studios of KMUW in Wichita, Kansas by me, Fletcher Powell. Kathy Petrus records from her home in Armia, Spain, Ross Petrus from his home in Toronto, Ontario in Canada. Torrent Anderson composed our theme music, and our digital team is Beth Golay and Carly Cooper. You can find all of our past episodes by subscribing to the You're Saying It Wrong podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or by visiting us at kmuw.org. If you have a question for Kathy and Ross, if you'd like to suggest a topic, or you just want to reach out, you can email me at powell@kmuw.org or email them at kandrpetrus@gmail.com. You can also email us a voice memo of you asking your question. You might get your voice heard on air. If you'd like to do the same thing by downloading the KMUW app, you can do that and just click the Talk to Us button. You can find all of Kathy and Ross's books pretty much anywhere you get books, and a handful of them are also available on audiobook read by the authors themselves. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week.